Jordan Peterson makes careers sound depressing. Jordan Peterson is about to crush your dreams.
First lie is you're going to have a career. First lie is you're going to have a career. Okay, no. A tiny fraction of people have careers. Maybe 2%. Okay, most people have jobs.
Yeah.
And the definition of a job is an activity that you get paid for because you wouldn't do it voluntarily.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so first of all, you're not going to have a career. You're going to have a job. Second, most jobs aren't very desirable. They're not very meaningful. They're not the center place for your life. And even if you have a career, like, for example, if you go into law, you're going to find that it's very, very demanding and very, very difficult and very, very stressful and very, very competitive. And you're not going to find the fulfillment of your desire, for example, for intimate, close interpersonal relationships in a competitive domain like law. No. It's just not going to happen. And if you go and be a doctor, then you're going to be looking at 60-hour weeks. And so careers are exceptionally demanding.
We're just hitting with the reality that we're going to be working our faces off, and you're going to be sacrificing something that you love. Your hobbies, your family time, your free time, your other goals outside of work to earn money. Now that is the curse of man going all the way back to Genesis. We're kicked out of the garden. Woman was cursed with pain and during childbearing, and man was cursed with thorns and thistles while working the fields. Basically, work is going to be difficult. Now, in the Western society, if you're of able body and sound mind, you don't have debilitating mental health issues, and you have a body that can work, you can actually make work pretty saucy, but you're not going to fall into it because the natural state of work, the natural law will dictate that it's going to be difficult and you might not like it. The question is, how do you end up liking it? And from what I've seen, people older than me, and what I'm trying to model is, what life do I want to have? What does that schedule look like? And what is work that can fit into that schedule while I'm building it? Meaning, I'm not going to try to work 100 hours a week, because when I hit the goal, it's still going to require 100 hours a week. Does that make sense? Oh man, I'm just going to work my face. I'm going to build $1 million business. I'm going to work 100-hour weeks. And then when I get to the $1 million business, I'll be good. And then you realize the only reason you're doing $1 million is because you're working 100 hours a week. And your family is destroyed. You don't have any personal life. Your wife is mad at you. Like, that's not a way to live. So what I'm trying to model is, even at the expense of revenue and income, what can I do that's going to generate the most amount of revenue in the least amount of time legally? Right? What can I do that's going to generate the most amount of revenue in the least amount of time legally? So that when I hit this goal, I can maintain it inside of my current schedule that I also already really enjoy, that gives me time with my family and time with my wife. That's not easy, but that's also called boundaries. Sometimes it's as simple as working your face off during the week, but making sure you're not working on the weekends, having very intentional time with family Saturday and Sunday, intentional time for yourself to just rest, to not be burnt out. I'm in a season where I'm doing extra things on top in my free time, after work, but I will be able to work it into my schedule because I will be able to drop off other commitments once revenue picks up and evens out. Comment says, this is why I hate job applications and job interviews. They always assume you want a career in whatever field their job is in, and they always assume you really want a job for some reason other than money. I really want to just tell them that I don't want the job they are offering. I just want a job so I can eat and pay my bills. Now, that's not necessarily the best mindset to have, but I get the point. It's like the employer always wants to hear how, like, man, I'm just really excited to work with a good team and a good work environment. And I'm just really excited to build something that's going to change the world. And like, reality, it's not changing my world. I'm a hard worker, but at the end of the day, I'm here because I need my bills paid. How interesting. Turning 28 next month. And as a lawyer, I can confirm there's no desire for close interpersonal relationships. Work days are on average of 13 hours. Yikes. I agree. I was in my mid-30s when I discovered that I indeed had a career, but what I wanted was a job. and a life outside of my career. Work to live, not live to work. He had a career, something that was extremely demanding. He was in the top whatever percentile. He really wanted a job. He wanted to clock in and clock out because he wanted the life outside, you know? Especially when your hobbies aren't super demanding. Some people are like, my hobby is traveling the world. Some people's hobbies is freaking going camping in the desert 2 hours outside of town. Not too demanding. Doesn't cost a lot of money to do that. So you got to be honest with yourself. Like, do I want to clock in? Do I want to clock out? Do I want to build this solopreneur business in a way that's 100 hours a week? Or do I want to build my solopreneur business? Maybe it takes a little bit longer, but I still have my life. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Comment down below. I want to know what you guys think, and subscribe so I'll see you in the next one.